Guten Morgen, Hafe and Hickey, and we're not going to talk about work because I cried enough about it yesterday. So it's time for more Ace Attorney. And let's see what this killer not killer whale's all about, you know? We might be able to finish it today. Maybe. Don't know. We might at least get through the investigation part. But hi, Hickey in. So, happy Whittle Wednesday. We're pretty much gonna go until the roommate wakes up. You just finished the case yourself? Oh man, so you already know all the twists and turns that are coming up. I'm hoping the power of caffeine will perk me up. I'm in store for greatness. I'm here for it. Because I'm like, if it's not the whale, and it's not the nonfiction writer, but Captain Lady was downstairs with them because she heard the lady scream. But the fish guy can't get in there. So I'm just like, who murdered the captain? Unless it was just a pure accidental death. Oh, I love her too. She's great. She's fantastic. Let me just get my blanket situated. Oh, I didn't grab any snacks. I'll grab them during another time. I pretty much just woke up, so I'm a little sleepy still. But I think, I've just been busy with Warframe. I want to get back into Biomuted. I love doing the little side missions. I found, the other people. Well, most of the other people. I'm still missing, one or two. But I found the bakery dude, who reminds me of our chef guy. Of, Chef Armstrong. And I was just like, oh! We could have had a moment. Oh, is it drained? It is drained. Don't go poking around. Not my fave character in this case, but close second. Who's your fave? Is it Orla? Also, wait a minute. If this pool is drained, where's Orla? So why did you arrest her? I haven't met them? Okay, well then if I haven't met them, I think they're the killer then. But ordinarily, security card is required to enter this Orca pool room. The victim and Sasha Buckler were the only ones who possessed this card. And yesterday, the day of the incident, the proof of the suspects was used. Any chance that someone stole it, or somebody went inside with the captain, and that's where the murder happened? Or like I said, was it just a pure accident? What do you mean, turn on stream captions? I don't think you haven't met the vet yet? Ooh, no, we haven't met the vet yet. Alright, hold on. I mean turn it on. It is on. To turn on stream closed captions. It is on. I'm looking right at it. Here, I'll go off, on. Silly game. Or not game, silly OBS. My bots be acting up. They be acting up. I'm like, excuse me. We are inclusive here. Granted, I don't think it will pick up most words I say, because, I have an accent a little bit. So it'll be like, la 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 la, what? You know? Something wrong? Oops, forgot to say anything. It doesn't concern you too anyway. But it does concern us. We intend to represent Miss Buckler. What? You do? In that case, I have a favor to ask. Could you get this medicine to her? Medicine? It's like a prescription from Hickfield Clinic. I spent some time in that hospital myself. We confiscated it from her home when we were doing a search. It can't get away here, so if you could make sure she gets it, that'd be great. Medicine for what? I think that's the kind of question you better ask her. In justice we trust. It's so interesting interacting with him now because, I know he's a bad guy. I know he's killer. I kind of like it. I kind of like knowing it, being like, oh man, even during this happy-go-lucky time, he was a murderer. He was plotting to blow up stuff and stab Clay. Alright. Pub O' Danger. I just realized, is that an alligator with a wine bottle in its hand? Of course, boss. We sneak in and check it out. Oh. Huh? Who barges into a person's lab without permission? We're sorry. My apologies, sir. She insisted. Don't throw me under the bus, Mr. Wright. I'm guessing this is the vet. Herman Crab? Is your name Herman Crab? The polite thing to do is knock and ask if you can come in. Now, start over. Do we actually move? Oh, that'd be so funny if we actually, like, moved. Did it? Come in. Thank you. Sorry to bother you. Now, what can I do for you? Medical problems? Well, yes. I'm not feeling super good at the moment. We're not making any progress on this murder investigation, and... Hey, miss? Where is the patient? Don't you have your pet with you? Oh, wait a minute. That was my last job. This is the aquarium. I was exhausted from all the questioning. I must have fallen asleep. What's with this guy? My apologies, I just woke up and I was a little groggy. I'm Dr. Herman Crab. Me too, Herman Crab. I too just woke up. Oh, you're the Dr. Crab Dr. Rhymes mentioned yesterday. Rhymes also mentioned he hadn't seen Dr. Crab around. Wonder where he was. Son of a gun. This little thing doesn't let me get any sleep. Oh, there's a little penguin in his hair. A penguin chick, a member of the little penguin species. She lives in my hair. Woof, woof, woof. Athena, no pets allowed in my office. Nah, you're no fun. If you don't have any particular business with me, please leave. I just want to stare at it instead of reading. Back in you go, little one. Wait, we gotta ask you a few questions to save Miss Buckler. Hold on. Don't tell me you're the curious pair who defended Orla. That's right. Please let us ask a little about the case. Dr. Crab, were you gone from the aquarium yesterday? That's right. I had some minor business at the Supermarine Aquarium? Supermarine. The Supermarine Aquarium is the nation's biggest dolphin therapy treatment center. I go there myself. I'm friends with their dolphins. You and Apollo were talking about animal-assisted therapy yesterday, weren't you? I go to the Supermarine once a month, but I live here, of course. You live here at the aquarium? That's right. I have a sleeping bag here, and sometimes I use the nap room. I'm responsible for the health and well-being of all the marine creatures here. If any of them have a sudden medical emergency, I'll be here to help them. Wow, you're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab, but you care about your work. Hey, buddy, is this young lady trying to pick a fight with me? I apologize for her, sir. She tends to be too honest. Well, you're no paragon of politeness either, apparently. Oh. He's the perfect mood I needed right now, because his office, that was my life at my old place. Just staying in my room, eating my food in my room, living in my room. Just everything was in my little bedroom. Meanwhile, the rest of the 4-bedroom, 3-bath house was inaccessible. So this is Rifle's daughter? Which means both mother and daughter now hate me. Little penguins are generally belligerent little creatures. It's hard to get them to warm up. But they're nocturnal, so you might be able to touch them during the day. You and Sniper get along well, don't you? Just like Sasha and Oral. But unlike Sniper and me, the two of them seem to truly understand one another. This one keeps me awake every night. Looks like I won't sleep until she leaves the nest. Oh man. Hermit crab because of his lifestyle, being upon him being a bit crabby. It's perfect. Also, that turtle back there is just big chillin'. I loved all animals and fish, but I'm not like that. But I still took pride in my work as a vet, nonetheless. Got along well enough as business associates, and it's thanks to him my laboratory is what it is today. It is a pretty amazing laboratory. Ah, you have discerning taste, I see. I could tell you more about my lab if you'd like. Sure, yeah. This place is just filled with electronics. What are those monitors for? Essentially, they're digital medical records for all the creatures here. I can also view and feed them from the visitor's corridor security camera. That way I can see that silly mother penguin when she tries to escape. So you're the one who gave the security footage to the police. No, I wasn't here yesterday, but I did give my permission for them to take it. And I gave them a statement about Jack and Sasha arguing. Okay, so that's where that statement came from. That's right, it was late in the evening. I saw them fighting near the Aqua Tunnel. I don't know what their argument was about, though. Are you sure you should be talking to us about this? I'm not taking sides. I'll give information to anyone who wants it. What do you do with that information at Sasha's trial is up to you. Wow. You're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab. But you're a pretty nice guy. You are trying to pick a fight, aren't you, young lady? Aw, isn't that cute? He's easily embarrassed. Peep, 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 peep. Son of a gun. Are you hungry again already? That silly mother penguin's nowhere to be found again. Peep, 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 peep. Would you quit peeping in my ear? According to a walkie-talkie, rifle is somewhere around the Aqua Tunnel. If you see her, could you bring her to me? I have to go examine some other creatures. No sweat. And this time, I'll get her to like me too. Rifle has escaped again? What is she, the Houdini of the penguin world? There's no guarantee we'll find her right away, but let's head for the Aqua Tunnel. So pretty. It's you two, the blue and yellow duo. I'm very angry about what you did this morning. Uh-oh. Ran into the sea lion before our penguin. Ah, that's right. I gotta do a work thing. I didn't go into work this morning because stuff be happening. I should at least do this one thing. All right. Thank you, nonfiction writer. You unintentionally reminded me that I should do this. Right? It's nice and adorable. Yes, a man might have fallen to his death and maybe we assumed an orca attack, which is a very real thing that happens in reality, but it's just like the style, the chic, the cute little penguin. It's like this big and just chilling. Big chilling in his hair. It's so hard. You know that barbaric. Well, if you don't remember it, I will gladly sing it for you. Oh, she's gonna sing it for us.
Avast, mateys, landlubbers ho, hand o'er all your gold. Pillage, plunder, then feast like kings. Them's the joys of pirating.
Wow. Amazing. And that's how it goes. Now, what is fun about those lyrics, pray tell? She seemed to be enjoying it well enough. I mean, there's a little bit of essay in there, but, you know, we'll just pretend we didn't see it. More?
Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
Yay. What was that? I've never heard that song before. What? It's the song they use in the Swashbuckling Spectacular. Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me. But that can't be, it's completely different from the song a year ago. Avast, mateys, landlubbers ho, hand over all your gold, pillage, plunder, and feast like kings, them's the joys of pirating. Unless you show me some proof, I won't believe your song is right. But she's so stubborn. Well, if it's proof she wants, it's proof she'll get from the Swashbuckling song. Maybe that's what they were arguing about. Maybe they're like, hey, when we go to Redbeard, let's switch back to the old song. All right, here you go. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see, grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me. But I've never heard this song before. Huh? But they always sing this during the Swashbuckler Spectacular. Well, I haven't seen the show recently. A year ago, they used the song that I sang to you. I'd recognize it anywhere. Perhaps that killer whale can sing 2 songs? According to Miss Buckler, Orla only knows 1 song. Then, what was that song that I heard? We wish we knew. Orca sang a song she isn't supposed to know how to sing? Right, singing Orca, still cute though. Beep, 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 beep. How be Nina? Nina not be good. Nina not be good. We'll go with that. Work has gone from, oh, it's stressful to, oh my god, stressful. So I was like, let me take a day off. But then it's like, I still have work tomorrow. And I'm just contemplating things. Like, looking if it's possible for me to just say, fudge it and move. And just risk being jobless. And I'm just like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. Because it's like, this job is good. It's just... things are going a little south. Oh, that's not fun. I hope you feel better. I almost wish I could just go back into college, but then it's like, I'm gonna have debt again. And I'm like, I just got rid of my college debt, so I'm like, why would I go back? And that's all the whole thing of like, what would I go to college for? You know? So. Life is a little poopy in the work department. Personal life, though, is great. Loving life. Having a great time. Playing to Russell, hanging out with the roomie, playing Warframe, having good times there. It's just, you know, work. Oh. And you know, you apply for a bunch of jobs every day, and you're like, man, been doing that since October, and we're in March. And you're like, yep, the market is trash. So it's like, what can you do? And then, of course, you know, people are like, well, why don't you go work at McDonald's? And then you're like, I tried. And then they're like, oh, you're too qualified. And you're like, I need a job. And they're like, no, you're too qualified. You would just be here for a couple months and you would leave when you find something better. And it's like, yes, possibly, but I need a job. I need to eat. So, the world is in a conundrum over here. Yeah. So we escape through life with video games. I think maybe after today's stream I might work on my next coloring book, just so there's something else out there. It's gonna be animals this time. I think it's like 50 plus different animals. Athena is nice. And now we run to the aquarium. Poor Phoenix. He just can't keep up with their energy. I don't envy you. I remember my college years. Oh man, it was so bad. But, I utilized their mental health counselor like nobody's business. I think like what? Yeah, when it started to get bad, I like went in there like every month to be like, here's how my work is going, here's how, you know, rent is going. Like, it was like a counselor for everything. So like, she just helped with everything. And then she's like, you were doing great. And now you're just, and I'm like, yeah, because this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. She's like, oh my God. She's like, you need a break. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I can't take a break. She's like, you can. And I'm like, what? She's like, there's a thing at this college where it's like, I don't know, like it was like some sort of weird like mental health thing. And she's like, if you say that you're doing that, she's like, you will have at least 1 month off. You don't have to worry about school. You don't have to worry about anything. Oh my God, they put you in such a small pool. There's a sofa and everything. Not guilty verdict. No, Orla. Oh my God. She can't even like dive fully. This is not a good place for her. Okay, I'm a little upset at Orla's conditions. I thought they would put her like in the showroom pool or something while they drained her stuff. That's okay. God, this is such a small room. She can't even like do like a full like we should swim. Oh, that's not fun. Yeah, no. I'm thankful to my counselor. I made her laugh, which is maybe why she's like, oh my God. You were on the verge of dying and you could still crack me up, you sad little depressed thing. And I was just like, hee hee hee, comedy. So yeah, she like worked it out somehow with the school and she's like, I got you a whole month off of school. She's like, you don't have to worry about anything for the month. Just focus on you getting better. And that's pretty much what I did. I think I did like a month-long road trip, essentially, around America. Because like at that time, one of my friends was like, hey, can you help me move? And I was like, sure. I got nothing going on. What are you doing? He's like, oh, I need to go from Reno, Nevada to Seattle, Washington. And I was like, And then at the same time, one of my friends had just graduated and he's like, oh, I was thinking of doing a little road trip myself before I get super into the job market. Let's do it. And I was like, awesome. So we went from essentially Orlando, Florida to Reno, Nevada, where there was a convention happening that weekend. So we just hit up that convention and then packed all our friends' stuff up and then drove to Seattle, Washington, and then looped all the way back down to Orlando. It was nice. It was a nice little break. And then I was like recharged and better. But what happened to her nose? It's all the scratches. Injuries. And what could it be? Well, she was headbutting stuff. Well, was she headbutting with her nose? Okay, so we saw the blood. But yeah, life be a little poopy at that moment, but that's okay. We'll get through it. We've gotten through worse. Alright, so her back, her blowhole, nose area. Well, it was more of her nose. Not really the blowhole, but I guess, yeah, that's that area. And then blood on top. Why you... What? Also, how do people get down here if the ladder is cut off? She's listless and she's sinking. Oh, we can't do anything for ourselves. Let's get Dr. Crab. I'll run and get him. Uh-oh. What's Orla's condition? She's listless and sinking. Maybe she's unconscious? The pool is drained. Son of a gun, who did this? She'll drown unless we do something. What? Here. Give me a hand. Huh? Us? No, I meant the steel samurai. Yeah, of course you! Just help me! What? Alright. What do you want us to do? There's no time to fill the pool to get her to the top. Get the orca stretcher. It's a piece of black cloth with a skull and crossbones on it. Looks like a pirate flag. Wait. Oh! Is a stretcher. Let's clear it off. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Good. Now push the hoist button and lower the stretcher. The control panel's on the wall to your right. Ooh, I wonder if that's why Orla pulled it, because she was like, the stretcher! Dr. Crab, the stretcher is ready. Good. Let's get it under Orla. Maybe that's what happened. I'll take it from here. Stand back. I have to treat her immediately. There's something in her stomach. Oh. How? There. I got it all out. Will Orla be alright, Dr. Crab? Yes, she'll be fine. She's just sleepy now. Orcas are mammals, so they won't die if they're out of the water for a little while. But their own weight puts stress on their organs, and their skin starts to dry out. Put some of my special handmade cream on her skin as an emergency measure. Feel better soon, Orla. Oh, if only I hadn't gotten that luminol on her. Luminol? Nah, no problem there. That stuff just washes right off. Orla's condition has nothing to do with you, young lady. So, how did he get the stuff out of her stomach? Did he just go in there and scoop it out of her mouth? It's none of your business. I have to get back to my rounds, so I'll leave the rest to the crew. Please keep an eye on Orla while I rouse up some crew members. And the little penguin in his hair. Dr. Crab sure is acting funny. He seems to be hiding something. Maybe we should check on Orla's condition before the staff gets here. Yeah, I'd also check the contents. We should check out the contents of Orla's stomach, I guess. See something mixed in with the fish. It looks like a medicine capsule. There's something written on it. I think it says 3 Z's. What would it be doing in Orla's stomach? Is that a sleeping pill? I wonder what kind of medicine it is. Let's ask Dr. Crab. It might have something to do with Orla's condition. Maybe we better not ask. He must have noticed it himself, yet he didn't mention it. I think he's hiding something about Orla's condition. If we show him the capsule, he might try to take it away from us. Yeah, he was acting pretty sketchy. Okay, let's look into ourselves then. Good idea. When you get back to the office, we can ask for Apollo's help. And I guess they're gonna fill the pool back up. I bet that will take a while. Well, I guess we can leave Orla in the staff's capable hands now. Right. So where to now? Let's head to the show stage next. If we're lucky, the police will be done with the place. I am worried because I think now the vet murdered him. Thinking the vet murdered him. See, why didn't they put Orla in here while they had her home drained? It's bigger. She can at least do like more of a full swim versus this. Most likely a vacuum of sorts. Ooh, are we thinking maybe the captain had the 3 Z's pill in him? But then how would he get it in him? Interesting. Hasn't been 30 days yet. I can't apply. Maybe tomorrow. I'm like, come on. Gotta go, small fry. You can have free reign. I want to check this place out, but I better talk to Mr. Rhymes too. Let's see. Captain Orla's swashbuckling spectacular. Okay, it's just the same thing. Also, I see this giant crane. Is that how they get Orla into the pool? Blame the police. They just drained the pool so they could investigate. The vet and staff were completely unaware, right? But also, how would the police know how to drain it without talking to the people? Also, I feel like if they were draining it while Orla was in there, would she not be like, ah? 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 Operate from the Orca pool room. I remember seeing the hoist control panel in there. So I'm sorry, but I can't give you a ride without somebody on the other end. I need to be sorry. Dodge that bullet. Interesting. That seems so dangerous. Because I'm like, what if the machine breaks while you're transporting Orla? Like, how scary would that be to just see an orca fall onto the stage? Because I'm like, I'm looking at it over here. And I'm like, she could fall outside the pool. Wanted to help her right away, but look, I hate to admit it, but I froze. I'm a weak man. I can't protect anyone. You're fine, bro. who would pit themselves against an orca. Everybody tried to talk her out of it, but she wouldn't give up on practicing. When we said Orla could kill her, she said she trusted Orla. Yeah. Well, everybody else seems to think Orla is a killer. How can you trust a creature that can't speak? Can't even know what it's thinking? With orcas and dolphins, you can have communication of the heart. Oh boy. This colorful sign. Did Miss Buckler make it? Wow, how did you know? Yeah, that sign is for the new show. Before she went to clean, she painted it and left it to dry. She told me to keep an eye on it while I was taking care of the orca. Huh? Isn't that the skull rock there on the right? Mr. Rhymes, is the skull rock a part of the set for the new show? Yeah, I guess so. They were going to use it in the show. What's it doing in the orca pool? The sign is so eye-catching with all those twinkling stars. I think they're supposed to be starfish. The pirates show after all. A few of them look more like leaves to me. Oh, it's the penguin feet. This is the little... That's why the penguin's feet were pink. What happened? Huh? I wonder what he's talking about. I better ask. Penguin walked across it. Look at this pool. It's huge. So this is where they do the swashbuckling spectacular. This show pool is the same depth as the orca pool. They practice the tricks in the orca pool and then do the real show here. You should in the swashbuckling spectacular? Of course. I've only seen it on TV though. Well, I'm new here, so I've never even seen it once. Athena's a big fan. She watches the recording over and over. I love the show in the ocean. Standing here makes me feel like I'm at the beach. Especially with it open to the sky, you can even hear the sound of the surf nearby. Why don't you take a dip in the pool? Really? I can? In that case. What? What are you talking about? You can't swim here. We were just joking. Right. Of course, I was just joking too. Don't tell me she was actually going to do it. Larger aquatic. Said cranes are specifically designed for that sole purpose, including the safety. They often move it super precise to be like inches above the ground, so even if it breaks, that'd be minuscule. It's also often multiple cranes, so even if one breaks, you have this. I know, but like looking at this one, it's very high. I thought they had like a tunnel. Maybe that was just for that one aquarium I saw. How do they move orcas from one room to the show pool? I don't want the transporting, I want to like how they... Let's see. Da, 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 da. I don't want to know how it's transported. I want to know how it's going from like its pool to the show pool. Yeah, like this one in particular does not look safe. Because it's not like it goes here and then immediately into the water. It goes here, it goes around this whole big ship, and then it goes over this, and then maybe it comes around and it goes to like the water side that's like behind us. Not for moving. Right? Because I feel like I've seen it where people were like, all right, here's the showroom pool, here's a tunnel, here's the like non-showroom pool, you know, like nighttime or whatever. And then it's like, they open it and the whale's like, oh, I'm gonna swim. And it's like, all right, time for the show. Let me try this. SeaWorld showroom pool or killer whale. I did not yield really good results. It just shows them at the thing. Sasha Buckler. You intend to save them both? Yep. You say you believe in your clients, but isn't money really your true motivator? Why not admit you're only doing this for your own benefit? I couldn't understand that much more really than your empty righteous talk. Bah, 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 bah. Uh-oh. She hit Prosecutor Blackwell with that water. He doesn't seem to care, though. Yes, prosecutors these days are more about harsh monochrome than fancy frills. What about those peculiar fingerprints you said you found? Oh, I'll tell you all about them. Pearls? Wait. Oh, is it the little... Well, I don't know if it's a big discovery, but... I found some odd fingerprints on the pool ladder over there. Okay, so what's so peculiar about them? Well, they're on the left side of the ladder, but they're right-handed prints. Yeah, someone's going down. They're made from above by grasping the ladder with the right hand. Strange. I wonder whose prints they are. Yeah, why would... Oh my goodness, Pearls. Rifle! It's Rifle! We've got to catch her. Don't worry, she's being a good girl right here on my lap. Well, I'm glad she's been found. Forgot we were looking for her, actually. Poor Athena. Yeah, thanks again to Pearly. I think somebody's jealous. Well, I think I'll go talk to the staff about Orla. Alright, good luck, Pearls, and thanks again. Well, I guess we're done with things here. What do you want to do next? How about we ask Apollo to check this out? We haven't done that yet. Good idea, let's stop by the office. I'm assuming at some point we're gonna be like, oh my god, penguin fingerprints, or footprints. God, that spaghetti, every time I look at it, I'm just like, looks yummy. Oh. Oh. So you know how we were looking up whale stuff and killer whale stuff? Possibly. This hasn't been fact-checked, obviously. I'm gonna pause so we don't miss this. As of early 2025, the southern resident orca population, which is the only endangered killer whale population in the US, is critically low, with only 73 individuals remaining. The southern resident killer whale population, known for hunting salmon in the waters of the Pacific Northwest, so Washington, British Columbia, and as far south as Oregon and Northern California. So as of supposedly January 1st of this year, the population consists of 73 individuals, a figure that has been declining for decades. Southern resident killer whales are federally listed as an endangered species in the US and Canada. The primary reasons for the population decline are related to human activities, no surprise, including lack of Chinook salmon. The main food source for the southern resident orcas, Chinook salmon, has decreased in abundance due to human activities, including dams on salmon streams, vessel noise and interactions. Noise and disturbance from vessels can negatively impact the orcas, especially when they're already under stress from food scarcity, and contaminants and pollution. Chemical pollution can harm the orcas' reproductive and immune systems. It's great. It's great. I love being a human. Good job, guys. Darn. There's a happy ending to this game, right? There's a happy ending. I need a little sunshine in my life. Everything's dark and dismal right now. All right, boss, chin up. We have to lift Sasha's spirits. I'm trying, Athena. It's just not looking good. Yep, she's doing great. Ahoy, me hearties. Thank you for coming. I be in good spirits, worry not about me. She's trying to cheer us up. Well, that went over like a lead balloon. I was trying to make up for all your trouble. Maybe the two of you need to take it easy? I guess they both had the same idea. Came to let you know that she can take on your defense if you'll have us. Is something wrong? Why is she hiding from us? Prosecutor Blackwell said that you two would abandon me. But here you are. To my rescue? That's why I'm so happy. It sounds like she's crying back there. Of course we wouldn't abandon you. Don't cry. Maybe the two of you need to take it easy. Great, now I've got crying in stereo. Okay, I'm alright now. Thank you for taking on my case. We're glad to do it. Well, now that you're smiling again, we have a few questions to ask you. So, about the murder. On the night before the murder, did you enter the orca pool room alone? That's right. On July 20th from 3 to 6, I was there cleaning and organizing. The captain and I were actually supposed to clean together, starting at 4, but we got in a fight. I couldn't face him, so I went an hour early and started cleaning. What does the orca pool room cleaning involve? Well, first we have to move Orla to the show stage pool before we get started. Mentioned he took care of Orla in the show stage pool. After Orla was moved, I drained the pool and rearranged the equipment and props. And did the captain ever show up? Came and went, but he never showed. I bet he was mad at me. I wish I apologized to him instead of being all prickly and angry like a scorpion fish. I'm glad we could prove Orla's innocence, but we didn't know you would get arrested right up. As long as Orla's safe, I'm happy. I'm so glad I found you too. You guys are the best. I'm glad you found us too. You're the best, Sasha. Aww. I never imagined Orla's tricks would ever be used to commit a crime. Could you tell us more about the lifesaver trick? Yeah, sure. There's a little speaker on the captain's clothes and on the training dummies. That speaker can emit sound waves. When a trick command is issued with the whistle, Orla uses the sound waves as a guide to find the person she's supposed to rescue. Does anybody else know about how that trick works? The entire crew knows about it, but it takes quite a bit of practice to be able to command the lifesaver trick. It wouldn't be easy to do for anybody who wasn't a trainer. That's why they suspected Sasha. And Orla can only perform one trick per signal. In other words, she can't perform 2 tricks at a time. Makes sense. Wait, so she can't do the singing trick and the life-saving trick at the same time? So what was that song Mr. Plume heard? Oh, Mr. Wright, I just remembered. We have something to return to Sasha. Oh yeah, you're right. I have it right here in evidence. And we have to give Sasha that item Detective Fulbright gave us too. Oh yeah, medicine. Here's your medicine. Wow, they take their time. This is your calendar, isn't it? That's not what I was gonna do. Yeah, Mr. Rhymes said he found this in one of the nap room. Huh? I didn't think anybody else at the aquarium used a calendar like that. The owner of this calendar had a meeting scheduled with the victim. This mystery person might be the killer. We better find the calendar's owner. Yeah, I was like, medicine? Medicine. Dr. Fulbright asked us to give you this medicine. Arr, that bilge-sucking blackguard had the spine to send me a gift. Dread pirate mustache. Don't stand there grasping like a little minnow. A real swashbuckling battle. Should you please not drop into show mode out of the blue? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll take that medicine. She's acting kind of funny. What is the medicine for, by the way? Ugh. Well, I guess I can't keep it a secret from you two. I suffer from a heart condition. A heart condition? You better get to the hospital right away. Take it easy, Athena. She's in detention, remember? Don't worry. It's not as serious as it sounds. They can fix it with surgery. Not serious? A heart condition is a heart... Yeah. Don't tell us not to worry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The captain was just as mad at me the day before yesterday. We both got so worked up at one point, it was like a shark-eat-shark situation. Oh, that sounds scary. Do you mind if I ask more about that fight? I'm guessing the captain found out about it and was like, oh my god, like, you need to take it better. And he was worried about me. So he said he wouldn't put me in the new show. See, I'm not in the new flyer. Oh, you're right. It's just Orla and the new adversary Red Stash. I was so upset and frustrated. I was still crying when I went to do the cleaning, and I cried for quite a while before I drained the pool too. But then, you know what? Orla did a trick to try and cheer me up. She acted out the scene where she defeats the giant octopus by spiking a ball at it. She spiked that ball so hard she even ended up breaking off one of the octopus's legs. What a dramatic way to cheer up a friend. So that's why we argued, because he wasn't going to put me in the new show. But I was determined to be in the show yesterday. It was July 20th, you see, the anniversary of the death of the trainer before me. Azura Summers. The person Norman DePlume wrote about in her book. I wanted to explain to the audience that it was an accident, not murder. That's why I needed to be in that show so bad. So during the cleaning, I moved the skull rock to the orca pool. What? But why? It was a key prop. I figured the new show couldn't go on without it. I thought they'd be forced to switch back to the old show. Wow, that was pretty extreme. So Sasha moved the skull rock to the orca pool at the time of the cleaning. And if there's blood on that rock, then that must mean that victim's death occurred after the rock was moved. Around what time did you finish up the cleaning? It was about 6, so that places suspicion on whoever met with the victim after 6 a.m. So Azura Summers was the trainer before you. That's right. She was a year older than me. She taught me all about how to command Orla, but Azura and Sasha were like sisters to one another. She was one who taught me the signals for the singing and lifesaver tricks too. After she died, I swore on this charm. I vowed to become a great trainer someday, just like Azura. What is that charm? It's a keepsake to remember Azura by. She always wore it. She told me once that she and her boyfriend had matching charms. I never found out who he was, so I couldn't give this one to him. I've had it ever since. You're keeping the memory of Miss Summers alive. The captain always carried around a memento of Azura too, her walkie-talkie. Did the victim have a walkie-talkie on him? Maybe I should show Sasha the victim's photos and see what she has to say. Can you look at this dead body again of your coworker that you feel guilty about having an argument with? The victim didn't appear to have a walkie-talkie with him at the time of his death. Huh? But I talked to the captain on his walkie-talkie before I started the cleaning. But there's no walkie-talkie shown in these crime scene photos. I don't understand it. The captain always kept that walkie-talkie with him. Maybe the culprit took it away? Maybe. But what would be the point of that? Better organize the data I have on the victim in the court record. It was right up until her death. In the middle of the show, the orca brought Azura up to the surface. She left tooth marks in Azura's walkie-talkie. They always kept that walkie so he'd never forget. So the walkie-talkie... Wait, is that... Hold on. Issued to all aquarium staff for communication and can be apparently used to command broadcast inside. And we're saying he didn't have it. Hold on. Do I have... Yeah. Didn't we see Rifle with a walkie-talkie? Because I was like, oh my god, does Rifle have a sword? So... Are we thinking that Rifle saw the murder? He's been completely different. When Azura died, he said he was going to euthanize the orca. Before that, he always used to say that euthanizing animals was a despicable act. Euthanize the orca? That's horrible. They all thought that Azura's death was the orca's fault. Nobody believed in her but me. The ship's doctor always keeps poison to euthanize the orca on hand, and if Orla had been pronounced guilty. The ship's doctor was close with both the captain and Azura, you know? I think he hates Orla. I think maybe Herman Crab is the boyfriend, or if not, the captain. Boss, let's go see Dr. Crab. I was just thinking the same thing. We have a lot of questions to ask him. Ooh, the Dr. Crab might be Azura's boyfriend. Also, why would you have your pub right next to your lab? And Rifle, what are you doing here? Rifle came in here, so I followed her. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to deliver Rifle to him. I completely forgot. Oh, Rifle. What are you doing? Stop that. You silly mother penguin. What if you injured my spectacular genius brain? Dr. Crab, are you alright? Huh? Oh, it's you people. I see you brought Rifle for me. Rifle was really laying into you. Well, she hates me because she thinks I took her baby away from her. Gee, Rifle looks so happy. Is she actually playing with Sniper? Stop all this cacophony. Biological parent and the caregiver parent locked in a struggle over the child. Do you think you could hold this silly mother penguin down for me? Alright, I will try. What are you doing? I think Rifle just threw something up. Oh, I'm getting food for Sniper out of Rifle. Mother penguins stock up food for their babies in their stomachs. They break it down in there so that it's easier for the baby to eat. Wow, you sure know a lot about animals. It's like it's literally my job. Of course I know a lot. It's my job. Yes, I know a lot about animals. I am a licensed veterinarian. Rifle certainly is in a bad mood, even for her. Is Rifle okay? Hold on. I'm checking her now. Girl in the strange outfit. Could you turn Rifle over on her back, please? Alright. Rifle, I'm just gonna turn you over, okay? What's this? The bottom of her feet are pink. Oh no. What kind of sickness is that? We have to get her to a doctor. Athena, get a hold of yourself. Dr. Crab is a veterinarian, remember? It's just something she stepped in by the looks of it. It's her stomach, that's the problem. There's still something in there. Here we go. Looks like she swallowed something odd. I know this penguin will eat anything, but where did she pick up something like this? Son of a gun. I'll have to talk to Marlin about her care. Dr. Crab, may we see what was in Rifle's stomach? Huh? Please be quiet. I'm busy right now. But you're just staring at that weird machine. I'm checking to see when Rifle ingested the foreign object. He just keeps looking at that machine. He won't even glance her way. I'm really curious to know more about his monitoring system. This looks like the charm Sasha had. Dr. Crab, do you know anything about this charm? Charm? Hey, leave that alone. That belonged to Azura. What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That's odd. When Sasha was telling us about the charm earlier, she said she had it. Sasha said she had Azura's charm, but that charm is still at the detention center. But then the boyfriend. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Sasha say Azura and her boyfriend had matching charms? So this second charm must be the one that belongs to Azura's boyfriend. Dr. Crab, is it possible this charm belongs to Azura's boyfriend? I refuse to talk about such personal details of the deceased. Subject closed. He sure is touchy when it comes to Azura. Azura Summers. Yesterday was the anniversary of her death, wasn't it? That's right. She was killed by the orca. Do you really think Orla killed her? I don't believe it. Who can say if the orca did it on purpose, but the fact remains that she killed Azura. I was right there, the day of her death a year ago. I saw the orca bite Azura with my own eyes. But is that really the whole truth of what happened? I guess only Orla knows what really happened, both a year ago and this time. I'm thinking, because Orla bit the walkie-talkie, right? I'm thinking somebody played the lifesaver trick during the walkie-talkie while she was doing the show. So she was like, oh, I have to have you underwater, and then we go. Just started the next game, Spirit of Justice. My god, the music is so clean and good. No bias at all for the inspired instrument choice or anything. Well, I'm excited. It must be Herman. He's like, why are you staring at me?
Take that!
Huzzah!
Well, I'm definitely excited to play it now. I'll tell you about the monitoring system here. You don't let up either, do you, Mr. Lawyer? They're just electronic medical records. With these, I can monitor all the animals 24/7. And I say that's not true. I prove that you can't monitor the animals 24/7 with this system.
Take that!
The security camera doesn't begin recording until 10 a.m. If that's the case, how could you possibly monitor the animals 24/7? Okay, you got me. I guess that was a pretty weak explanation. You're right, I guess I can't monitor the animals 24/7, but if I see anything unusual on the camera feeds, I can spring into action right away. And if I can examine an animal, I can usually tell exactly what is going with them. Wow, he's really confident in his abilities. I still say you can't do that 24/7. I can go anywhere at any time to examine an animal. Anywhere. I say that's not true, Evan. I have proof that there's a place you can't go, right? Because you don't have the card.
Take that!
He needs the card. The only people who have access to the Orca pool room are the owner and Sasha. Talking so you can monitor all the animals. It's good. What a silly bird. Yes, tighter security was imposed on the Orca a year ago on precaution. So you monitor the animals with a system that's private company business? Right, you gotta tell me. I suppose it's only fitting that the spoils go to the victor. I'll tell you about Shipshape Aquarium's ecological data organization system. Okay. So, what does that machine do? It's a system of ecological data organization developed in Europe. I call it the Torpedo. What do you think? Pretty impressive name, right? Torpedo, as in man the battle stations and all that? No, it's the name I gave the state organization system. Torpedo. It stands for Teleobservation Real-Time Permanent Data Organization. Okay, but is super admin restricted desktop access password protected? Super protected. We'll try this. Ah. The penguins have theirs attached to the ID tag at the base of their flipper. The torpedo doesn't tell me where Rifle is when she escapes, though. It's hard to attach sensors to the orca or fish, so theirs are on the tanks themselves. Places where the creatures don't normally live, like the show stage, don't have sensors. Okay, here we go. It's telling me the time Rifle swallowed the foreign object. Approximately 4 a.m. on July 20th. What an odd time. That was when Sasha was doing the cleaning. Maybe that's why she wouldn't take my fish, because she was full from the night before. But at least Orla ate it, so that's okay. Orla ate another animal's food? That's odd. She's never done that before. And then she had that episode too. I better take a look at her data. She didn't eat anything from the evening of the 19th to yesterday afternoon. So Rifle had a late night snack but Orla was hungry? Appears so, but let's see. She's been eating normally since yesterday afternoon. Come to think of it, Jack was supposed to feed Orla yesterday morning. Maybe he died before he had the chance? I'm worried about Orla's condition. Better remember this torpedo data. Torpedo data. Herman does have a good side eye. Bombastic side eye, essentially. Why did you want to hide the existence? Well, it's a safe system that has been approved for use in other countries. But it hasn't been legally approved in this country yet. Oh. Fair. He's like, I don't want the police poking their noses. Being like, excuse me, why are you using this not approved system yet? Check my stuff. Hold on. Okay, good. I was just making sure that the rank 1 extension fixed itself. And it did, so that's good. Ugh. Now you're twisting things around. I'd like to use this evidence during the trial tomorrow, but it may result in you and Shipshape Aquarium being brought up on charges. Well, I followed my own convictions and I have no regrets. You're only doing your job. Can't blame you for that. Thanks, man. Thanks for understanding. Peeps? That's my ringtone. Let him have his cute things, Athena. Crab speaking. You people again? Stop harassing this aquarium. Orla was found not guilty. Fine, just let me write it down in my... Son of a gun, where did my calendar go? I realize that. If it comes to that, I'll use that drug to euthanize her. He said euthanize her. We better ask him more about this. And I should try presenting that calendar to him too. Who was that phone call from? Son of a gun, you heard that? Who didn't hear that? It was the Center for Dangerous Animal Control calling with a demand. They said that the orca may have been found not guilty this time, but that if she ever attacked a human again, we would have to put her down. Put her down? But that's horrible. Did you agree to their demand? Animals sometimes do attack humans. And of course, humans sometimes do kill animals to protect themselves. If it comes to that, yes, as a veterinarian, I am prepared to carry out euthanization. Using this poison. It was the same letters on it as the one that was in Orla's stomach. Did Dr. Crab try to kill Orla? What? What? Dr. Crab, isn't this your calendar? Yes, it's mine. What are you doing with it? Mr. Rhymes found it in the nap room. Oh, I must have forgotten it there when I tried to get some rest. It sure is a cute calendar. I guess you're crazy about penguins. Somebody gave it to me, okay? Now please don't tell anybody about it. It's embarrassing. Azura designed this calendar. This one here is a prototype. She designed a calendar for this year and then she died before it went on sale. Were you and Ms. Summers romantically involved? What? What gave you that idea? It's just that I sensed sadness in your heart when you talked about the calendar. Of course we weren't romantically involved. I don't believe in romantic feelings. It looks shaken though. By the way, did you meet Mr. Shipley at the 7 a.m. on the 20th as scheduled? No. We were supposed to meet, but Jack didn't show up. Is that really true? Sasha finished cleaning the orca pool from at 6. If Dr. Crab managed to get in the pool room somehow and meet with the victim, and he would have had the opportunity to kill Mr. Shipley. Oh no, it might be the vet. What is it, Mr. Lawyer? You look so grave. I heard something disturbing from the writer Norma DePlume. Oh, it's about the song. The aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago. Put her down? The aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. Quite sure the power of money helped convince them. Makes you think that? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium, and I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. They might be keeping some kind of secret, okay? The recent murder. Maybe Dr. Crab was like, we're not gonna pay anymore, and then Jack, the captain, was like, we are gonna keep paying. And then murder. What? Who's... Oh my god. Sorry to interrupt, but Prosecutor Blackwell wants Dr. Crab. Detective Fulbright? You again? You couldn't possibly have any more questions for me? Well, you see, we're having a little problem. We were going to call the animal keeper as a witness for the prosecution, but he's being very stubborn, refusing to testify. And so we thought we'd ask you to be a witness in tomorrow's trial. Did you really now? Well, I'm not taking sides. I'll tell you what. No more, no less. That'd be fine. Now, if you would please come along with me. Well, it looks like we'll have to continue our talk at the trial tomorrow. I don't know what secret you in this aquarium are hiding, but I'll uncover it if it'll help save Miss Buckler. Give it your best shot, then. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright. Well, it looks like we'll be going up against Dr. Crab in tomorrow's trial. I bet he'll be one tough customer. Okay, we better get our evidence organized for tomorrow. I'll have Athena hold on to the evidence I don't think I'll need in court. Give her evidence. Hello again, secret murder spy man. Wait! Ow! Let me listen to it! I was hoping if I took it off story mode, it would let me listen to it so I could just... It turns out that mysterious capsule is a powerful sleeping drug. Apparently the brand name is 3Zs. And they said the Ship Aquarium vet recently bought a large quantity from them. It's supposed to be for people, but Dr. Crab told them it would work on other mammals like orcas and dolphins too. Euthanization poison was actually sleeping pills. When Orla almost drowned today, was it because she'd been given sleeping pills? Most likely. Found out more than just about that capsule. Gave me some information. Ship Aquarium had someone on their staff named Azura Summers. The one who died a year ago. She was getting a certain medication from Hickfield last year. The same heart medication as Sasha Buckler. Had the same heart condition as Sasha? What are the chances that both of them have the same heart condition? So what, are we thinking that Azura had like heart thing happen, right? And she's like, unconscious. And the whale's like, lifesaver trick. That's what I'm thinking. And that's probably why Jack was like, I'm not going to put you in the new show because I don't want you to die like Azura, who was like, heart. Maybe somebody swapped out Azura's medication? Yay! It only took about an hour. Okay, so we're doing good. We're doing good. This is what, trial day 2? Day 2. Okay. Maybe we finished today. Oh my god. We're romantically involved? Well, we don't know that. Right? We might be able to finish today, which would be fantastic. Because then we could do all the dev games on Friday! They were friends, but would Azura send Dr. Crab videos, I wonder? Videos? What do you mean? Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks. I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone. Videos, you say? My dumb folk. These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. All the equipment we use at Ship is high-tech. Ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics. Ooh, sounds we can't hear? So maybe that's how Mr. Plume heard a song? Maybe. Charm looks just like your keepsake of Azura. Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. This we know. I can't believe it. What's called as a witness today? There's still so many unanswered questions, but I hope to solve them all in today's trial. Thanks for believing in me. Day 2, court is now in session. Alright, everybody talk fast, let's go! The defense is ready. Here's Taka. Ready. Very good, it appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. Yesterday was proven that the orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, did your investigation of the orca pool turn up anything? We found a blood stain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Right, so we're assuming he fell on it. Has a blood stain on it? Just looking at it gives me the willies. Woo. So we can assume that there was no water in the pool. Very good. What a clever little deduction. Oh, well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change. Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with his carrot and stick approach. I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right. Moving along. I prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. The doctor. Name and occupation? Dr. Herman Peep. Sniper, stay in there. And who is that cute little creature? Such a restless bird, quite unlike Taka. It'd be hilarious if we saw Taka fly and pick up Sniper. Oh, hello, Shade. Heck, Ian. How are you doing today? We're just playing some Ace Attorney. We recently just defended a killer whale, and now we're trying to figure out who actually killed the guy. Alright, they're just talking about our little guy. So I was telling the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the orca pool room when the water was drained? You might have been stuck in Adland, Shade, but hi, Shade, just in case you didn't hear me earlier. Doing quite alright, just playing cool games, trying to move out of this state and find a new job, but you know, who isn't in this day and age? How about yourself? How you doing? Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the orca pool. Sounds like a normal court hearing. You know, just tiny penguins in people's hair, birds on people's shoulder. He's on death row, but he's the prosecutor. Yes, it's very, very normal courtroom. Oh, let's not forget she's got her hearing people's emotions through their heart little device. So yes, very normal court. I hope we just see Sniper popping in and out. Alright, cleaning the orca pool room. In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water is drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the orca in the show pool. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned.
Hold it!
We just drained it. There's no possibility to be drained at any other time than during cleaning? None. Shot down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the orca? The poor thing. Whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be all right for a short period of time, but anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die. So the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof that the water wasn't drained on her. That's right. The orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the orca and the equipment. When intensive cleaning is done, the orcas move to the show pool stage first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. Excuse me, did we not see her at the bottom of her enclosure when they drained it? Like,
Objection!
if the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph. Don't question the tiny orca's pool room. We've already discussed it. As you can see, there's no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have made a fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the partition, and Orla looks just fine. Son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing Orla any harm. Are you implying that the water could have been drained at the time than during the murder? Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar. Oh, you waved at her in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir. He's like, it's not a souvenir. Let me see here. Meet the captain at the orca pool at 7 a.m. The note's about meeting planned with Jack. What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of the meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water. Whose calendar is that? Wouldn't you know it? It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? I need Krabs memes now. But I ended up not going. So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of that easily. Oh no. My thing went away. Come back. There we go.
Objection!
Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow. A mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners, do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. Counted alone isn't good enough. I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting. Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have been at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstance between these two possibilities? What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something. Orla was there or she wasn't there. Isn't that the difference? Yeah, the orca was there. The murder occurred at a time other than during cleaning. The orca must have been there. Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder. What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Stop yammering each other and show me how you wield your sword. Oh man, he's great. I'm glad that we helped free him later on. I can prove it happened. Wait, so does that mean we could, in theory, show a bunch of people in front of Orla and like whoever she's like, rawr, be like, ah, you're the murderer. That's exactly what I'm implying. How do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her? This is a critical point. I better think about it carefully. The defense will present? Yeah, we'll present evidence. The defense will present evidence. Evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder. You're going to present evidence? The luminol. Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca. I must say I'm a little disappointed. Sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. We cross-examined her last time. Alright, well, let's see this evidence then. Is it the photo? Is it the photo?
Take that!
This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body.
Objection!
So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed into the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it? Did they put the body in there? Those luminol reactions you saw in the orca are most likely from her headbutting.
Objection!
Well, hold on. But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a good look at the photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. The testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood. And where did the blood come from? It's my first firm belief that's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla. And the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. Just... Is there any chance we tested the blood that was on her? Finally, all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why. Oh, something's wrong with Orla. What? You're right. She's listless and she's sinking. There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder. There's more? Culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. Okay, so holy F, next game. Effort value skyrockets. I'm so excited to see you play. Effort value? What does that mean? What does that mean? I have to present the evidence. The pill! The evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness. He tried to kill her.
Take that!
The defense would like to submit this evidence. What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine. It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting it into her deep sleep. Tried to drown the orca, but why? Right, don't know. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you expect to defeat me with this feeble attack? My story's been drowned. Orcas have enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased the sleeping drug, didn't you? Let's just say, as great as Dual Destinies is, it feels like a test beta for what the next game does. Oh. Oh. Interesting, interesting. Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? Oh, I love his little kick. How dare you? How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian? You guys are fine. He's just kicking the stand. My goodness, one could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife. Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab. That's such a flimsy excuse. It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab. I guess that weakness my evidence quite a bit. Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? The orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's little wonder he didn't know Orla's condition. Actually, didn't know? That's highly doubtful. He's got all these schmancy technologies. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Orla's condition. Yeah, he's got that schmancy computer.
Take that!
The torpedo. Gah, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? With this advanced data system, surely would have known Orla's condition. Wait just 1 minute. What is this torpedo? Dr. Crab, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom? The torpedo, or teleobservational patient real-time organization. Only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about it. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police. It's illegal? Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation. Oh, look at little Sniper. He's like, you not feeling so good? Here, let me put the little stethoscope on you. As you listen to your own brain frying. Sensors sound waves through water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness, how very high-tech. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with as a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue. With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in, but he made no attempt to come to aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead. The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police investigation. Can you prove that statement? Oh, oh. Hehe. Why are we laughing? Oh, outright laughing. Okay. What's with him? I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny? Funny? Yes. I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through water, correct? But what if there isn't any water? Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the orca pool located? I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Table? Oh. Do you mean the table in this photograph? That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? The table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and can't be moved. Oh, and so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool... Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. The only times late were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. Okay. So you really did want to save her. Did you hear that, Rajadono? Yes, the water can be drained without harming to the orca if the partition's used, but if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. That is not a good place to have the sensor at all then. Means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime. Well, hold on now. Hold on now. We're still working on that. Alright, this completely shatters the defense's argument. Facts remains that Orla was nearly drugged by him. But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. It hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial. Marlin! No! No, Marlin! You're not that old yet, are you? Damn it, Marlin. It was the defendant. Sasha Buckler. No, it was Marlin. He gave her, like, he threw food at her. Tweet. Damn it, Marlin. Right, because Sasha was here with us. And then they swapped. So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug. Prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with a sleeping drug. I haven't seen reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha? Yes. Well, hold on. Then that places even more suspicion on her ever. Yeah, get in there. Stop this line of thinking. The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat? Prosecutor Blackwell, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you. Eh? What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Prosecution failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one to feed Orla. As you will recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Looks like Athena remembers now, too. Congrats, Sasha. Tweet. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Right, he just pelted her with fish. Oh, Mr. Wright, no! I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. Unless we're thinking either Marlin did it, or we're thinking maybe the doctor put medicine in the food knowing she was going to eat it. Marlin Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Man, these people are probably like, what? Murdering an orca with sleeping pills? So you remembered. I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlin Rhymes to the stand. Both Miss Orca Lover and Marlin Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's the charm that matches the one Azurus Summers had, isn't it? You and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lord, to find out whose charm it is. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlin Rhymes to the witness stand. All right, Marlin Rhymes. Was it you? I hope not. Well, he said he was a new hire, though. If that's already out. He's not surprised? Fine. I'll tell the truth. What? Truth? Sasha's lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high, making him slam into the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I think it's Marlin. Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case. What? Oh my god. This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the orca would be the killer. And then we're back where we started. I mean, if we turn our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Having a witness lie to save your own client? What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono? I did not agree to this. Thank you. Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit that the orca did it. Isn't Laura supposed to act in his client's best interest? But that wouldn't be acting in her best interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent, too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. Yeah. We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence. I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca, you can only save one of them. I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try. I will do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. Gotta find a weak spot. Man, I did not see this coming. I was like, yeah, the vet did it. And it's like, no, Marlon, no. Sasha's lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. I'm gonna say no to that because don't we have the machine saying that it was turned off? Bash him 30 feet high, making him slam into the water. Yeah, that part. 30 feet high?
Objection!
When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air, but the autopsy report shows the apparent cause of death to be from a 65-foot fall. Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. With the pool being 65 feet deep, there's only 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. The pool was full of water, as you claimed. It would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet. Got a point. Got a point. Claimed he was in the orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. I believe that brings us back around to the orca didn't do it. I didn't believe the witness testimony from the outset. I'm grateful to you, right, Dono? For shutting the witness up, as I thought the one person who could have killed the victim is Sasha. No, it's not. It's not Sasha. I was right about one thing. His testimony was an advantage to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is... If I don't do something fast, the judge is going to do a verdict. Is there anything we could do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha's innocent. Quick, do your therapy, Athena! At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. as long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha's the only one who could have committed the crime. What if somebody came in on the whale crane? No need for pity or baldness, just finish him off with a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I will give my verdict.
Hold it!
Yeah, hold on. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. You were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? The defense has a counter-argument. You do? Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I'll never forget those words no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? The scene of the crime? What? Are we thinking the murder happened at the stage show and then they put the body in the orca thingy and then it went back and then ta-da? Is that what we're thinking? The scene of the crime was the orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now. Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance. Of course not. The judge knows me far too well. And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was? Stage show. Yes, of course. Think, Phoenix, think! Think of a place other than the orca pool room where one could fall to one's death. Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder? Stage show pool. Yeah.
Take that!
The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there. Right, don't know. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I will as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the orca pool. How do you explain that? How about if after the victim was killed in the stage show pool, his body was moved to the orca pool? How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You'd better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved. There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body? Yes, the whale stretcher.
Take that!
It's like, hear me out. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the skull rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body. If the stretcher can move the orca or the skull rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well. Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. The show pool was the scene of the crime. You son of a bomb! You desperately spew conjecture and now you even make up a crime scene? And he's free. Not again. It's for the course. You don't have the soul of a warrior. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean half-baked? I'm not a baker. I'm a lawyer. The hoist can be operated from the orca pool room only. And the only person who entered the orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could moved it was the defendant herself. Move. What a stutter there. Stutter? Stammer. You got a point. Well, hold on. What? Pause record. Hear me out. Let's say he fell to his death there, right? Let's say he fell to his death there. They hoist Orla, put her in the show pool when they start doing the cleaning, and then, you know, when they bring Orla back, whoever was in the showroom side put his body with Orla, and then if they hoist her and bring it back, they're just like, oh, here we go. But then the person who did the hoisting would notice a body. Okay, no, that theory doesn't work. Wait! She moved Orla and the skull rock. My theory still stands from earlier. Remember how I said, what if they put him in the rock? So what if they put him in the rock in the show pool area? So whenever they went scoot scoot, they're like, oh yeah, it's the Rock and Orla. And then of course, blood starts coming out and Orla's like, oh my god, somebody's in my rock. Get out of my rock. Get out of my rock. And then here comes Mr. Plume seeing a orca headbutting a rock and then being like, I got a body. I'm thinking that's what happened. I'm thinking. Because he did fall. And if she moved Orla and the rock, I'm thinking they put him in the rock. Yes. Wait, so is Marlin the killer? But why would he kill her? For vengeance for Azura? This case is surprisingly complex. It is. I don't know, all of our cases have been really complex. Like the freaking body of the teacher with the arrow pretending to be a statue and then each student having a secret. That was so wild. I was like, wait, this was here, photos were here, her body was moved through a banner, JK, no, it was pretending to be a statue, also JK, he's 25, like, there was so much going on. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the Orca Pool are Orla and the Skull Rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the Skull Rock. Yes! Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Orca Pool with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the Skull Rock with the body inside, and then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Meow. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the Orca Pool room and moved the stretcher. Meow. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside. Do you think there's enough space inside? Swashbuckler flyer indicates it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left. Who will obtain the gold rocks hidden in the Skull Rock? Oh, it says who will obtain the gold coins. And you don't even know half of it for this case. Exactly. I know it's gonna get more. What's more, if the body was inside the Skull Rock, explains the remaining unanswered questions, such as, please take a look at the security footage of the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall, what was Orla doing to the Skull Rock at the time? She was headbutting it. Oh, that's right. Orla's ramming released the body from the Skull Rock. The body had been placed inside the Skull Rock and moved there from the show stage. I said that the real murder scene was, in fact, the show stage pool. What rubbish is this now? You don't even have a single scrap of evidence. Excuse me. I am presenting good evidence here. Take a look inside the Skull Rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair. I mean, it was underwater, so that might be gone, but I guess we'll find out. Does he? Yeah, Marlon's just holding his little fish bucket in court. I'll start with that half-baked bluff. Wow, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit? Did you have to tell him? If the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator? It is naturally the person who was at the show stage. Marlon Rhymes. Mr. Rhymes? Weren't you the one who loaded the Skull Rock onto the stretcher at the show stage? Wow, Mr. Wright, that was some pretty smart brain work you did there. We need more cross-examining. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me. Are you confessing you gave false testimony? Yeah. What Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the Skull Rock, and it's true the captain was killed in the show pool, too. What? He's admitting it that easily? This time, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. Perjury? Okay. The whole truth this time. Okay. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed it in the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca find the body, I freaked. Wait. Spectators? So now we're back to the orca again? If you were gonna give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the swashbuckling spectacular, so I suggested she hide the body in the Skull Rock and move it to the orca pool. I was gonna figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca's the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha. Right? I'm like, this entire series has been the judge letting perjury slip. But we're just like, hey, that's different from your testimony. And they're like, oh, I forgot. And he's like, yeah, just add it. And it's like, it's completely different than what they said earlier, Your Honor. That's a crime. Everybody's committing crimes. All right, Athena, give him a good counseling session. Go. Therapy, go. Or as one of my random lines is, random bullshit, go. But it's not random. All right, what are you getting, Athena? Joy, happy, anger, sadness? It's pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called upon. These two emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem? We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots in his testimony he's unaware of. All right, let's probe for the cause of his out-of-control emotions. Out. Sorry, the line, I'll explain how to probe. Athena, what are you, an alien? No, I'm kidding. Somewhere, thousands of years from now, an alien's gonna see this and be like, oh, how dare they? Not all of us probe, okay? That is just a misconjecture. God. How dare you? That's a horrible stereotype on my people. Sorry, aliens. Alright, in the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed in the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly.
Got it!
So there were witnesses to this murder. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh, right. Of course. I just made a mistake. Made a mistake or made up? Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectator's part was what was making him sad? I wonder why he'd make that mistake, saying spectators were there. The only thing I could think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart. Azura when she died. Orca killed somebody, and there were spectators there. I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is Orla. Not Orla. Azura when she died.
Take that!
Does that mean Marlin's the boyfriend? Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of the spectators. What? How did you? You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about that incident last year. Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Is he the boyfriend? Oh no, he's like, I'm gonna go watch my girlfriend at her job. And then sees her get murdered. Oh no.
Take that!
Zero Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey, what are you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. Better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside. Huh? What's this? A photograph? Kind of photograph. Aww. It's so sweet and happy. She's like, this is my boyfriend. Aww. That's really sad. I feel so bad for him now. Oh my god, I might cry. He watched his girlfriend get murdered at work. Well, die. So what if we were a couple? Doesn't have anything to do with you. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that the emotion of yours connected to the current case? The only thing you revealed was the witness's connection to the victim of last year's incident. She do be pretty. And I can see why he looks different. It is the depression. Alright, In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air, but really it was Azura.
Got it.
You're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Literally the photo that we just showed you. Obviously, she doesn't beat out, but she's up there. That's okay. I sometimes do the same thing with my roomie. I'm just like, look, they're so pretty. But then my roomie will be like, I'm pretty. I'm like, you are pretty. You're the prettiest ever. Like, they made their Monster Hunter character look like them. So, like, whenever their character, like, puts on new outfits, they're like, what do you think of this? I'm like, looks amazing, should cosplay. I disagree, it does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now we should be able to find out the truth. Alright. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember this captain's dead body, clearly. All Sasha did was move the dead body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked.
Got it.
Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume saw it. The tour for the new mechanic in the next game. I already love it. Oh, I'm excited now. I'm curious what the new mechanic is. So y'all figured all that out, did ya? Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it? I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice. Oh, wait, isn't that the fish bucket? Oh my god! Oh. Now it's time to get serious. What? I see 2 orca bite marks in him. Bro, what was in that bucket? Honestly, that was super cool how you opened the telescope. Amazing. He looks like a completely different person. Well, hold on. How big is this? How big is a swordfish? Hold on. Because he just like grew. How big is a swordfish? Swordfish, known for their very long sword-like snouts, can grow up to be very large, reaching lengths of up to 15 feet and weighing over 1,000 pounds. I just want to know without the nose. Swordfish have been recorded maximum length of 14.9 feet, average size, okay. The average size of swordfish caught in fisheries is typically between 50 and 200 pounds, so he's just chilling. They commonly reach 10 feet in length. Is that without the spear? Yes, it is. I'm looking at photos of people holding it, and they be big uns. Okay, so he's a huge man. I was like, they're so cute, and now I'm just like, now I see it, Azura. She's like, my boyfriend has calm mode and not calm mode. I guess calm and serious. So I plan to have that wench be a witness. Arr, you caught me out. To be true, I thought that orca's murderous ways should be found out. That'd be why I schemed to have DePlume see the body. Oh. I get it now. DePlume, like the balloon, like the coin. Well, what skin be that off anybody's nose? That orca be a murdering, scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. The orca murdered Azura and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank. I don't have a response to that. I agree it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense. Why would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong? Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact. Oh? And what is that? Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhyme meant to kill from the start.
Take that!
What? So the witness's intent was to kill the orca? Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The orca is alive and quite well. Is she? Is she? He's right. It was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado for a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words. But government reigns supreme! I love the little bot recaps. And the victim falling to his death. Was he trying to drop Orla to her death? Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene, and by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. He did what now? What did Mr. Rhymes remove in an attempt to kill Orla? The water.
Take that!
Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla. With the plan to kill Orla in the showroom because the pool water was drained. Okay. Made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Is he gonna... Oh, he's just... That day I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
We've just covered all this, my friend. You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th, but I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. How would you know such a thing? Because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system, the system continuously records data on subjects it monitors. You can tell exactly when she ate or didn't eat. Sink me, nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Only a few of the shipshape aquarium staff know about the system. I'm making sure you guys can't hear my stomach growling.
Silence!
It is screaming up a storm right now. Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry? He's right. I don't have any proof. If orca simply didn't eat, then what would create an inconsistency? Where did her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did disappear? It went into... Sniper. No, rifle.
Objection!
Belly. But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. A penguin. And we can prove this because she walked across the board while the paint was wet. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at the 11th hour? You utter more of your careless remarks. Taka won't favor it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't know yet. I don't yet know. Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. Pop, pop. Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? A penguin. Yeah, it was Rifle. I believe Rifle the penguin visited the show stage. First an orca, now a penguin? Why would you be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If you be a lawyer of any salt, show me your evidence. Her tootsies were pink. Fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present the piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. Per the new board. Now to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. There it is.
Take that!
Oh my, what a cute little sign. Look at all the adorable stars. Those stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted the sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left the sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying. Aye, that be true. But what be your point? On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Proof that the penguins visit? I don't see it. Where is this proof? Top left. Hey, I've never played one of these, but the animations remind me of a game and I can't figure out what. I don't know, maybe a Persona game? Also, hi, SoCal. Hi, Kian. Good question. Oh. I haven't played too many, visual novel animated games. Is it Persona? I was guessing. I've never played those, but you're spot on. There we go, because I was like, I figured it might be something like that. Because I know they do like 3D models too sometimes. And it's like visual novel-esque. Even a penguin could have eaten it all. But how you do? We're trying to figure out who murdered the pirate captain. Everyone keeps blaming the orca, but we're like, no, it's not the orca. I hear only good things about the Persona games. Also, there was another game. I think it's one of the open world Mega Mans. Probably. I don't think I've ever played any of the Mega Man games. I leave it Prosecutor Blackwell's thought she'll be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. Like early PS2 era, I think. That would track. Wait, was there? I don't know my Mega Man, so hold on. Open world Mega Man game? While no official open world Mega Man game exists, the Mega Man Legends series is the closest to that experience, featuring a large explorable world with dungeons and towns, though with a slightly more RPG approach than the traditional Mega Man game. Oh. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like it. That's cool. Just like yesterday. Right, like it's more open world than the other open worlds, because like what, traditional Mega Man is just side-scrolling, you know, Metrovania kind of vibes, where it's just like platforming, pew 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 pew. So the fact that you can 3D space it, I would agree. The penguin is a key point. The penguin's a key point. Show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person can be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? The medicine! He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together. And the witness made the defendant do this without arousing her suspicion? That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. She schemed to have Orla find the body, with Mr. Plume would be a standing witness. He saddled Orla with a false charge. Huzzah! Oh my god, the blood came out of his little hole. Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions? It's working. Just a little further now and Sasha will be proven not guilty. If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be a simple animal keeper. My memory serves. Wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca? Well, hold on now. We have evidence that says that the previous trainer sent videos of her training tricks to her boyfriend, who is him. So he knows how to do it. He knows exactly how to do it. Man. So does that mean that just like Phoenix just has like a bunch of bangs from just the constant snipping of the hair? But how can I prove it? The cell phone. Well, it appears this line of reason has become unsustainable. Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Athena, I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. Thanks. She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again, only to give up? Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way. The right way? Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask the witness? You cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence. No, I haven't. All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure? Sasha? The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but this current case too. Never called her as a witness, but now's the time. Wait, is it Sasha or is it Orla? Who is the central figure in both cases? Well, it was Orla.
Take that!
Feds calls the central figure in both cases. Orla the orca! You intend to cross-examine an orca. Cross-examine an orca. You must be idle. Impossible, I say.
Silence!
This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca? Or... just trust. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well, do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts with the defendant's guilty verdict. I'm ready and confident. So cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how to cross-examine a thing. Classic Phoenix, asking to cross-examine an animal. He's like, I'ma do it. And they're like, sure? Again, the people who are in this court were probably just like, babe, you're not gonna believe it. It's like, what? It's like, he's gonna cross-examine the whale. And they're like, what? It's like, no, he's gonna cross-examine the whale. It's wild. Wish you were here in court with me. Ooh, so should this be part 2 of day 2? Like, great time. I think we're gonna finish this today. So excited. Bro. I'm so excited for the people who get to sit in on this court trial and be like, I just saw a man chug a fish chum bucket and then he just got super buff like Popeye. Ooh. I think during this part, because they're just recapping, I'm gonna go grab a snack because my stomach is very loud right now. I'm gonna go grab a snack. Alright. I did the lifesaver trick to rescue her. So there was no need to put the orca down after all. So you really did intend to put Orla down? No. Jack and I were against such a thing from the start. But you said you were going to euthanize the orca. Yeah. Been wondering about that. Let me fix the heart monitor. About this capsule. Alright, I'm gonna munch, so let me just mute. I figured that was the case because I was like, she probably had like a heart attack. And then, you know, Orla does her thing, and that's why the captain was like, I can't have you go in. I can't have someone else with the same heart condition die the same way. Good to know. Good to know.
Objection!
Ooh. She's going through a gentleman's phone where there's videos. Careful. Careful, pearls. How did Marlon Rhymes get Orla to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone. His cell phone? Are you implying he used an app? Miss Faye, see if you can issue Orla a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with a whistle signal in it. If there's a video of the lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. Alright. In it goes. There, it's sank to the bottom. Now, I'll play a video. Orla's diving down, heading straight for the dummy. Hee, what a smart girl you are, Orla. The lifesaver trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Faye. You are a big help. Now I have proof. Unbelievable. You actually pulled it off. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Faye an orca trainer now? No, Your Honor. I'll explain after we try one more trick. Now let's see if we can command Orla to do the singing trick. Miss Faye, if there's a video of the singing trick, please play that. Let's see. Is it this video? Oh my, isn't she wonderful? That was the Swashbuckling Spectacular song. So. Oh, what a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how did Miss Faye give the orca those commands? Marlon Rhymes has something on his phone that his girlfriend Azora Summers sent him. There are videos of Miss Summers issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of the signals, anyone at all could command Orla. Oh my, anyone at all? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All the way that the Jews play these videos. Please submit them as evidence. Oh my god. He wants to try it out for himself? I would hope not. Alright. The whale sound. So cute. But not what was I expecting? Because like we were hearing the little tweets in court, so I thought it was gonna be that same sound, but it was a different sound. And that means that Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Your scheme is exposed.
Silence!
Count Blackwell. I concede Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the orca, but isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well? You son of a... All she would do is use the whistle she knows how to use so well, and she wouldn't have had to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility. She could have easily had Norma de Plume witness the body, so he's trying to argue it's equally possible for Sasha. Was that true? Let me think about this for a minute. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckling spectacular song. The culprit made sure Mr. Plume heard that song and saw the lifesaver trick. Sasha have shown these 2 tricks to the witness. No. Because she can only do 1 trick at a time. That is what they tell us. You challenge me to a battle? I hope your sword is sharpened. Let me see those sword skills of yours. Don't you worry, my sword is drawn and ready. My sword is evidence that the 2 tricks couldn't have been shown at the same time.
Take that!
Mr. Plume said in her testimony that she witnessed these 2 tricks at the same time. However, the fact is inconsistent with how Orca performs her tricks. Orla can't perform 2 tricks at once. She performs only 1 trick per whistle signal. That's how she's been trained. In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding it correctly? Yes. That's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge has a dog? He might have a dog. Maybe it's a nice dog. What a farce. So you're saying that the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario. And yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? Boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully. The defense is claiming that Marlon Rise manipulated the orca, but if you can't explain fully how this was done, your argument doesn't hold water. If you can't straighten out your own theory, would you like to would you like me to straighten you out? Oh, thank you. I have a chiropractor. But Mr. Plume saw her do it. This logical inconsistency means there's a flaw somewhere. Was Mr. Plume lying, or is there not true that Orla can't do 2 tricks at once? I had no reason to lie about such a thing. It really is impossible to perform 2 tricks at once. How do we know the song wasn't just played over the speaker? Faked? Yeah. Yes, maybe Orla can only perform 1 of the tricks, but it was made to look like she performed 2. Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with conjecture? Sounds like I'd better be present some more evidence here and fast. Although I'm concerned about your profuse sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you. Which of the 2 was faked, the lifesaver or the singing? The singing. The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked. And on what grounds do you base your assertion that the singing trick was faked? That she can't do 2? Also, there we have a recording.
Take that!
This is a recording of a recent swashbuckling spectacular. In this recording, Orla sings the same song she sang for Miss Faye earlier. But Mr. Bloom said the song is different from the one that was sung a year ago. The song is different? Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago sent to this cell phone. Alright, boy. Be safe. Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Orla sang for Miss Faye earlier. And yet this is the same video Miss Faye used to issue the command to Orla to sing. But having Mr. Plume listen to the song recording the cell phone video, the true culprit made Mr. Plume think Orla was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhymes, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this. Oh wow, immediately cut down. Mr. Plume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim he made her think that? Was the song recording played? I intend to explain that to you, of course. What? The answer lies somewhere in the orca pool Victor's corridor. Marlon Rhymes played the song recording by using this. Yeah, the speaker. Mr. Plume heard the song while she was in the orca pool visitor's corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so that visitors can hear the orca sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker. How? Here's how Rhymes played the song over the speaker in the visitor's corridor. With his cell phone. The walkie-talkie? It was missing. By using a walkie-talkie, he could get Orla to do a trick by letting her hear. He played the singing through the speaker, and he made Orla do the lifesaver trick. All of this was done. Dun 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 dun. This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? He did it, now we can save both Sasha and Orla. Just leave it to Captain Wright's swashbuckling lawyers with any case. I don't remember agreeing to that name. So it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate the orca. I'm stunned. So we'll need to hear more about this from the witness. Mr. Rhymes, the time has come for you to tell the court the truth. Ooh, who's holding it? Is it Rhymes? Probably Rhymes. So I used a walkie-talkie, you say. Sorry, but you're dead wrong. Eat me, bucko. It'd be possible, says I. What do you mean impossible? I shall sing ye a little shanty dissing your scurvy theory. Thank you. Well done. Okay. Oh. Okay. The dissing of Phoenix Wright. You took the captain's walkie-talkie. Simple as that. Of all the bilge sucking that was uncalled for. Probably broken on purpose after the fact. That be untrue, little lassie, although I can't prove it when it really was. Lucky be it for me, your lawyers be the ones who have the proving to do. See, you hear something like that in court, and I'd be like, he's lying. He literally just said, oh, it's up to you guys to prove that I'm lying. Like, but see, oh my goodness, this court system is crazy. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You took the captain's walkie-talkie because it was missing. Like, case closed. Moving on.
Hold it!
Perhaps Sasha with the clean. I dropped it by accident and broke it. You wish to see it? I still have it with me. It does indeed appear to be broken. Your walkie-talkie broke and there'd be no way I could have done what you said. I couldn't have given the orca any commands. Oh, your walkie-talkie broke? Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose. None of your false accusations, if you please. I broke it on purpose. Where be your proof? I didn't have any proof. There was a monkey wrench in my whole theory. And he let Pearls borrow his cell phone so casually yesterday. He must have already been confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything. Orca killed the captain. It wasn't me. It weren't me. You intend to continue to claim the defendant is innocent, but I won't stand for that. Now then, right dono, what's your next move? I'm still gonna prove it. Here you are. Let's see if there's any way to tell when the walkie-talkie was broken. If he gave over that command, then it could have been broken at the time. It's a little scuffed up, it seems. You can also zoom in and out with B and M to get a better look. Oh! Yeah, so this is the captain's walkie-talkie.
Not your demons! Hit me! Fight me! Give me a hug!
Hi, Luna. Hi, Kian. How are we doing today? We did. We heard the captain had the walkie-talkie from Azura. In the middle of the show, the Ochre brought Azura up to the surface. I'm doing okay. Work is just super stressful, but you know, what's new? Can't do that now that I'm finally a lawyer again. How could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable? Stubborn one you be. Also, what do you think of Marlin? He's had a bit of a transformation. No longer is he the meek animal keeper man. What just got here? Well, you were here yesterday with us, right? And we talked to Marlin then. Actually, can we see an old picture of Marlin? Yeah, see, this was Marlin. from yesterday. And now, he's, a different gentleman today. Because he chugged his entire little fish bucket. And then just went, poof. Shipley talked her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body. Arr, he thinks the police just didn't look hard enough. So his walkie-talkie was not to do with mine. I'm not so sure that's true. The victim fell to his death. It's quite possible his walkie-talkie broke in the fall. You stole the walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Epps? Essentially, yeah. If you claim the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence. Again, I will go to people's statements and the newspaper. Please look at these tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie. Tooth marks? Ah, yes, I see them. The victim's walkie-talkie was a keepsake that used to belong to Azura Summers, who died a year ago. These tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth. If that's Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, then Mr. Rams's walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the orca after all. And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself. Arr. Yeah, buddy. The fact that Mother Rhymes had it is proof that he murdered Jack Shipley. I hear people outside. Sink me? Oh, we got him. I wonder if he'll, like, revert or he's gonna stay big and buff for the whole thing. Not so fast, Mr. Lawyer. What? He still won't admit it? This walkie-talkie be mine, says I. Then how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I've had many of the run-in with that orca myself. She bit me more than once, and me walkie-talkie too. Evidence of our fights are carved here into my body. My goodness, I can clearly see the tooth mark scars in your skin. What? Are those really scars from being bitten by Orla? There we go again. I can't let him run the show. I have to find a way to prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And you can forget about fingerprints. I always keep me walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man had everything worked out before he even took the stand. But I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Wright, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Funny? Funny how? There's a gap. Something is different about them compared to the other tooth marks we've seen. Yeah, there's a gap. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Right. Right now we need to consider every possibility we can, no matter how small. I can figure out what's different about the bite marks. Maybe I can somehow prove Rhymes' walkie-talkie actually belonged to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You could turn everything around right here and now. Overthinking. The intent of killing Orla, Rhymes drained it. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla, and said he tried to pin it on their death, tried to manipulate it with the cell phone and the walkie. It's broken. But it was a memento, but they say it was his. Tooth marks. Two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie and the dummy. What's striking? They're different. When I look closely, I see two different bite mark patterns. Two variations. Wasn't there a trick of Orla's that had two different variations as well? Yeah, the show song. It's different from where they are now. What could be the cause? What's behind the fact that the song are different? There's two! It's a different orca. Oh! So they did get rid of the orca from last year? Because they were like, they did it. They murdered. Right? Because he just joined, so he wouldn't know about the orca swap if they both call him Orla. Pretty lost in thought there. Is everything alright? I just realized something astonishing, Your Honor. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Dono? Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackwell. And what is this astonishing thing you have realized? Until just now, I thought the orca at the slipship aquarium a year ago and Orla were the same orca. However, 2 inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be 2 Aura Shipleys. What? 2 different orcas? But that's impossible. Order in the court. Explain yourself. What is the basis for this preposterous claim? The orca's show song a year ago and the orca now are different. I believe it's because the orca a year ago was a different orca. 2 different orcas, 2 different songs. Explains the show song contradiction. I'm talking about the truth. Truth that will finally catch you out of your lies. You claim that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were Orla's, but that's not true. Right? The 2 different bite marks patterns on the walkie-talkie and the dummy prove this. 2 different patterns, you say?
Silence!
While I would concede there is a possibility that 2 different orcas exist, bite mark patterns alone are not proof enough. I want more conclusive evidence. Alright, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see evidence other than the bite mark patterns, does he? The orca a year ago and Orla have different songs and different teeth. Don't I have 2 videos on hand that can be used to compare the differences? I will now submit 2 videos with which the different songs and teeth can be compared. Right? Can we just see them?
Take that!
And here is the other video, right?
Take that!
Please compare these 2 videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the 2 orcas are singing 2 different songs. Please also pay special attention to the appearance of the 2 orcas' teeth. How exactly do you claim their teeth are different? Let's look for shots in the 2 videos where the orca's teeth are shown. This is Orla in the recent video of the swashbuckling spectacular pirate show. As you can see, she has all of her teeth. With a healthy smile she has, I'm a bit envious. Now let's take a look at the TV phone video from a year ago. Just as I thought, their teeth are different. Oh, I believe this smile looks a little different from the one we just saw a moment ago. As you can see, the orca from a year ago has 1 tooth that's broken off. The teeth are different. Then, yes, if the teeth are different, they of course leave different bite mark patterns. On the practice demo, you can see Orla's uniform pattern with all teeth intact. And on the walkie-talkie, you can see that the tooth is missing. Just like the smile of the orca in the last year's video. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Orla. They're made a year ago by a different orca. 2 different orcas. I can't believe it. The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Orla was a lie. The truth is, this walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley, and the only person who could have stolen it is him. Is the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. Bum bum. Ba-da-ba-bum bum. And he got it all wrong. It'd be all the fault of that orca. Oh? Whoa. Oh, wow. What an amazing effect, but I'm concerned. Is he okay? Because, like, oh, hey, buddy. Once again, I'm too weak to help anybody. Aww. Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Aura Shipley. Sasha Buckler? Yes, Captain Judge? Is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there 2 different orcas? The secret that Ship-Shape Aquarium was hiding was about Orla, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted to be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Orla is the second Aura Shipley. There actually used to be 2 orcas at the Ship-Shape Aquarium. I used to call the first Aura Shipley just Aura for short. Aura and Orla are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on the shore, but Orla was in bad shape and the ship's doctor had to look after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep them on Shipshape Aquarium. Why didn't you say anything about there being 2 orcas? Well, because after the accident a year ago, Aura was put down. What? Aura's dead? Yeah, the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demanded it. Apparently the captain and the ship's doctor begged them. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, they said. Anyway, after the accident a year ago, the captain told us he was going to put Orla in the pirate show as Aura Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Aura's death until the time was right. What a surprising complex tale. Did all Ship Aquarium employees know this? No, just a select few of us. Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it? Of course not. How would I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Orla from the start? Yeah. I planned to do it during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I figured if I didn't do something about that beast, Sasha's life was in danger. Sasha trusted that orca just as much as Azura did. I wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azura, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. Built up my strength to be ready to kill the orca. I even fought with sharks. But the captain realized my plan and tried to save the orca. And that is why you killed Jack Shipley? Ah, now the report from the crime lab finally makes sense. Report from the crime lab? In court yesterday, you recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back? According to the lab, the bruise on the victim's right wrist was Rhymes' handprint. Oh, I didn't know how it fit with the case until I heard Rhymes' story just now. And now we can imagine the reason for it being there. Rhymes must have made the handprint when he fought with the victim over the orca. Is he like trying to grab him or pull him? I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. I'm the one that killed the captain. Please give Sasha her not guilty verdict. You accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide. To hell. He's also on death row, so that maybe they could be, like, buddies. It seems this unprecedented trial that began with an orca as the defendant has finally come to a close. Sasha is saved! Orla's gonna be so happy! I know, but Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange, nagging feeling? Rhymes' handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the orca? I can't shake the feeling. That handprint had some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth? Objection. Very well. This court finds the defendant Sasha Buckler. Oh, God.
Hold it!
Just one thing, Your Honor. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? I would like to further explore this new evidence the prosecution just submitted. But what complaint could you have about to get your not guilty verdict? I see no need to further prolong this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhymes left on the victim's right wrist, I don't think it was the result of a fight between the two men. Not the result of a fight? And what do you suggest it was? I think he was trying to... Because he didn't want to kill the captain, right? So I'm thinking the handprint that Pearl saw with the weird upside down, I'm thinking he was trying to hold the captain and, like, accidentally let go. Right? That makes sense. Because I thought it was like someone going down, but it's a short ladder, right? It's a short ladder. So yeah, what if he was trying to catch him, like, oh no, you almost fell. If one were to grasp the ladder in the same way as the prince, it would look like this. It looks like the ladder is being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint on the victim's right wrist shows it was held with a powerful grip. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show stage ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the victim's wrist in this position, gripping the victim's wrist, then he must have been... means Mr. Rhymes was actually... yeah. That's right. If we couple the unnatural handprint with the mysterious fingerprints, we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. I got you, buddy. But that can't be. It's impossible. Why don't we ask Mr. Rhymes himself? Yeah. Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you. I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Lawyer. You got skills. Why? Why did you have to figure it out? It doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. I'm ready to die. So is that what the defense is claiming? True? The captain, he found out I drained the show stage pool. He rushed to the side of the pool, frantic to put some water in it for Orca. And then he slipped. Captain, give me your left hand! No, Marlon. You'll fall too. Hey, you could have grabbed the ladder, maybe. Forgive me, Marlon. I didn't realize what deep pain you were in. But please, please don't blame Orla. It's nobody's fault. Not Orla's. And not yours. Hey. Captain! Oh. That's sad. So, Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us that you didn't kill the victim? Because I have no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. The captain died because of me, and then on top of it all, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla, and she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay for it all with my life. I can't do anything. I couldn't save the captain. I couldn't avenge Azura's death. Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Miss Summer's death. Not even the first Aura Shipley was responsible for her dying. Of her own accord was trying to save Miss Summer's life. What? Wait, did no one tell him about the heart condition? Azura Summers suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone and she performed in the pirate show anyway. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Aura attacked her. There's nothing to avenge. That's what I'm saying, like, when they did the autopsy and everything to find this out, did they not tell the boyfriend, like, hey, your girlfriend had a heart attack, that's how she died? So I wanted to get revenge all this time for nothing? Oh, bro, can you imagine? That's awkward. So neither case was murder, not a year ago, and not this time either. Your responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated. Marlon, you better come back to Shipshape Aquarium when you're done, you hear? Orla and I and everybody will be waiting for you. That's very sweet, but also like... He had no problem hiding a dead body and trying to pin the blame on the orca and tried to kill the orca and then tried to almost frame you. There's a lot of stuff going on. I promise to make up for what I've done, even if it takes my whole life. Mr. Wright, Sasha, Orla. Thank you. Alright, cool. So you probably go to prison for a little bit, you know, accidental manslaughter and all that. Well, I have seen countless trials, but never one that ended like this. I don't know how, Mr. Wright, but you always seem to manage to turn things around. I think all this excitement has taken a few years off of my life. Is that praise or a diss? Now then, this court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler, not guilty. We did it, guys! We did it! We did it! We did it! I wonder what Blackwell thinks of all the confetti. It's just like lands on him and he's like... He's like, every goddamn case, confetti. July 22nd, 5:11 p.m. Shipshape Aquarium. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for all your help today, Pearls. All I did was have fun with Orla. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I missed you. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Orla, Sasha. Everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really... eel. Thanks. I'll now act out me gratitude. Miss Orca Lover, don't you think you better take care of your health first? Alright, fine. I promise. No more shows until I'm better. I don't want anybody to worry about me after all. Good. Good. I'm glad that's settled. Hey buddy, Mr. Lawyer. You just had to blab every single one of the aquarium secrets, didn't you? I'm sorry, Dr. Crab. Nah, that's alright. I'm glad. It's kind of hard to tell. Although thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think we'll be able to wiggle out of the serious repercussions somehow. The writer lady is advocating for us, saying the law itself is to blame. She said she's going to look into getting the law changed. Wow, go Mr. Plume. She sure is a powerhouse. There's one thing you didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will you? We don't want it getting out publicly. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar? Oh, you mean meet the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 a.m.? That note meant the Orca Pool of the Super Marine Aquarium, not Ship Shapes. What? Why are we supposed to meet there? Jack and I. We visited the Super Marine Aquarium once a month. Any idea why? She's not dead? Remember I told you? Jack and I were against putting the Orca down from the start. What? You mean, we just pretended to put the first Aura Shipley down. The Super Marine Aquarium is harboring her for us. Oh, so that talk about large amounts of money you're paying them. Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear. They go see her. Okay, so she's not dead. We were paying for Aura's care. You wouldn't believe how much fish orcas eat. Now that it's been proven she was innocent all along, I think we can bring her back soon. Until then, keep it under your hat, okay? Huh? What was he telling you about? Oh, nothing much. By the way, Orla wants you to give her a little celebratory prize. Fish. Specifically requested that you give it to her Phoenix. Alright, here, fine. Let's see. What can I give her? Fish.
Take that!
Here you go, have some fish. Congratulations on your verdict. Good job. Oh, Orla's best trick, the thank you kiss trick. That is too funny. He's just like, I think he was more of just like this giant mammal with teeth that could bite my head off. And so the curtain fell on my first trial in years. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha and Orla's swashbuckling spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own as a lawyer. A few months later. Date unknown. Time unknown. Ship-shape aquarium. Wow, it's kind of cool. It's been a while since I visited Ship-shape aquarium. Now that Sasha's recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Hi, Phoenix. Hope you enjoy the show today. The orcas are excited and ready to go. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy- Wait a minute. Did you say orcas, as in plural? Yep, let me show you. Two Orlas, don't tell me. Yep, you caught it right. We be the three pirate sisters, arr. Oh, I just realized her underwear. Must be comfortable. I'm guessing it's like a bikini, right? Well, if it isn't Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Mr. Plume, there's a book signing? Yes, my new book is just out. It's called Ship-shape Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. The book signing will be held here in this room. After all, the vet owes me a favor. It is a good fit. Yeah, she got them to approve the use of the torpedo. I'm grateful. But why does she keep coming to my lab to bother me every single day? My next work will be entitled Sniper, the Penguin Leaves the Nest. Hee hee. stop this cacophony. Why am I surrounded by carping females? Gee, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. Guess I'll leave him to it. Oops, it's almost time for the show. You could always cosplay as Sasha Buckler. While we were waiting, I bought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, Pearls. By the way, I hear a certain someone is going to be in today's show. Certain someone? I wonder who could be. Is it Athena? Let's get to the show stage. I mean, she's got what? She's got inner tubes, tank top with bikini top, and then booty shorts, and then stockings, hat, mustache, little sword, anchor, and earrings, and then I guess the hat. I guess the hair would probably be the hardest part. You need like a specific wig or a lot of temporary hair coloring and mousse. Be the new Swashbuckling Spectacular. Hope you enjoy me, buckos. I'm excited to see their show. Oh, that's fine. I've seen plenty of people cosplay as things and it not be a perfect match, as long as the intention is there.
Set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky. As for me, I set foot into the world of law once more as a full-time lawyer.
Can we see the show? Can we see the show, please? I was hoping they would show us the new show. But there we go. That's it. That is Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Good stuff. Good stuff. And that means next month it's gonna be this, Spirit of Justice, which it looks like she has her own Magatama. Slightly different shape, but, you know, there's different schools, right? I'm just getting a little preview. Okay, she's dancing, she's performing, maybe she's channeling, maybe she's paying homage to the spirits. Okay, that looks like a different courtroom, okay. Well, I'm excited to see this dance and know what the music is. Is that a knife? That's a knife. Somebody in the dark smirking evilly, okay. So let's see, what do we got for episodes? Something's happening here. This looks like a rabbit girl. Someone with feathers. Someone with a death thing. It's Maya. She looks great. Mia, no, Maya. God. Well, Black Quill's there again, and something. And the spooky guy we saw, and I see an eye patch, which it almost looks like an adult Apollo, and then a marriage. Oh wait, this is the special episode that's supposed to be Victorian with Sherlock Holmes. Okay, well, next month is gonna be great, but there we go. Whittle Wednesday, we were able to finish the game, which means Friday we're gonna start a bit earlier on those dev games. So huzzah! So thank you everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you Friday. Zuzu Masi. Bye bye.